Welcome back to some professional StarCraft 2 from the ESL Pro Tour semifinals. Okay, Open Cup Korea semifinals, but two of the best, both fighting constantly to earn their spot near the top. Both have looked like the best of their race at moments, fleeting, precious, but moments, and are still considered in that top tier. Let me first introduce, from Dragon, Phoenix Gaming, Cure. The Terran's Terran, the best of the rest. Pretty much the Terran who isn't TY Innovation or Maru. That also still has a good shot of going far. Like, say, the GSL final. And in the bottom left, now, we'll see how his PVT is at the moment in this best of 5. But one of the 10 Protoss that at some point in the last few years Artosis has said is the best Protoss out there. And also, the waifu of Gemini. Shout out. Some people will know what that means. Otherwise, it sounds weird. And that won't be the end of it. It's Trap. An SCV. So this has become... This is one of those things that really just, I think, is really meta-dependent. I don't think this is necessarily good or bad. The bunker with the sneaky Reaper behind it. Is it in right now? Is it chic? Because there are chic and counter-chic players. And we're not talking about, like, some Ottoman Empire bullshit here. No. We got, like, your SOSs and Partings who are always beaten to their... Like, they're always stepping to the beat of their own tambourine. And then you got, like, Innovation and Cure who are remixing, at best, a popular song, if not writing the song themselves. We're going to continue with the music metaphors. It's fun. Just trash me on Discord, then, if you don't like it. By the way, I have a Discord. Who doesn't nowadays? So the bunker is exceedingly annoying. The Reaper, also annoying. Probably the second, in my opinion. A lot of people think the Reaper is the most annoying unit, or like the DT or the Muta. No. The obvious answer is Probe. Like, just think about it for 3 seconds and tell me that of all the units in the game of StarCraft, the unit that hasn't caused you the most frustration, as any race, including Protoss, is Probe. Okay, just sum total. You might be like, but SCVs build barracks. Why don't they count? No. It's definitely Probe. Blink. You are now blinking manually, and so will Trap, as this is halfway done. Though he's only adding a second gate so far. This looks just defensive, map control. Will be exceedingly good against a Cure who's just going 3cc. So there might actually be an opportunity. To put some pressure on. Usually if you go 2-gate blink, you're kind of just trying to shut down, I don't know, like a Widowmine drop or something like that. Cure is going for 3cc barracks, though. This is interesting. This actually, I think, counters the blink pretty well. These builds shaping up. Huh. We've been seeing a lot more 3cc just across the board for Terrans. Eternal Empire is the macro map. It's the map where if they cheese you, you gotta be like, come on, man, I thought we were gonna play a real game. Like you have some idea of what that is, and they don't. But meanwhile, the hallucinated Phoenix. Yo, don't miss the 3rd CC. That's kind of the most important part of this. The timing of the starport should give away the 3rd CC, but if he starts making shield... One. You gotta get your shield battery overcharged. No, okay. But he has a 3rd. You saw the starport. You gotta get a shield battery. You gotta have that overcharge potential. Shield battery overcharge is quite good. Easy to counter. Honestly, I think it's pretty well designed. The numbers might need to be tweaked at some point, whether like duration or strength, but the idea is good with shield battery overcharge. Because the shield battery has like no HP. If they put their shield battery in a bad spot, or they're too bold and like try to hide behind it, you just kill the shield battery. I know that takes a little bit of micro, but put yourself out there. A handful of Blink Stalkers poking in. See the third command center landing. They're going to poke and prod Marauders. Gonna have to pull back. Might lose a Marine or two. Loses a Marauder would be a nice pickup, but don't really want to lose the Stalkers either. No charge, no forges. And don't you dare put your forges on the edge of your main. This is now, I'm on a crusade. You could say I'm a zealot, though the zealots would be disappointed if you don't have any upgrades and you're just sitting here building Blink Stalkers or putting your forges on the edge of your main. What is this? You walk down the ramp in the force field. Why are there sentries here? What is this fight? Oh, come on. Let me out of boys! Ah! He could have just lifted over. Instead, Trap has like... He's not even getting charged. What are you doing? I believe it's his PVT that is notoriously bad. Like disproportionately to his other matchups. Which is why I was kind of hinting at it earlier. But right now, I'm looking at Trap. And he's looking back at me. And I'm wondering why he's not looking at the game. But then, we look at the game and we see charge just now starting. Of one forge? What are you rationing? Build another forge! What, you get a force field? I'm sorry, I cannot get on board. He will not be the captain of this jib. I'm not gonna sail alongside a whole bunch of gateway units here with poor upgrades, because he's just gonna die to any bio push. A robo base starts, but Cure is gonna. The supply difference isn't huge now, but charge isn't done. Okay, he keeps getting force fielded, and he picks up. Without charge, these zealots are just waiting to get their knees broken by Marauders. There's a couple force fields, but once again, the charge is kind of an important part. If he had charge, this would be a pretty dangerously sized army. Maybe his charge card was rejected a couple times, and he had to swipe it again. I'm not sure. Winter, could you do some real commentary without making a pun? Well, well, well. Why don't you just toss me a like and subscribe, or I'll keep tearing through your psyche. I'm not a psychologist, okay? But I can sense psionic storm. No, okay, well, there's not a Templar Archives, but there are 2 Colossi on the way. So that, against straight up Baba, look now, the supply gap is starting to significantly widen, because you can simply just produce way more bio units than you can gateway units if you're trying to tech up. Like, okay, that's maybe not the best pathing. You can match them zealot for zealot, like zealot for 2 Marines and all that, but that means you have to stall out teching out. The Warp Prism is making some very questionable. Not the best usage of a Warp Prism I've ever seen. Cure's just kind of bumbling in here right now. The Zealot at the Watchtower was sweating profusely. Assuming Zealots sweat, but let's not get into that again. The Colossi are spotted. Cure is just staring him down right now. What are you doing? Are you really gonna drop on that? Are you insane? Oh my god. Cure's like, I'll do it! And then he realized Stalkers exist. Oh my god. Ugh. Shades of Maru from like 3 years ago. Maru, like, perfectly good macro game. Maru. I'ma drop him. No, Maru! He's got like 17 turrets! Don't do it! I'm gonna do it. Like, the good old days. So, Cure kinda just got blocked out on both sides. He is gonna get 2-2 upgrades. He does have a 4th command center that hasn't yet been inspired to go anywhere, but maybe when it does something with its... Thank you. He's building now Vikings and Ghosts, also known as the other units a Terran player never wants to build. Once he's finally done building units that start with M and losing them, eventually sometimes a Terran will survive long enough to build units that are actually good. Disruptors, Dark Shrine, but Jimmy, what is that on the horizon? No, wrong. It's not. He still hasn't gotten a Templar. He just refuses to get a Templar Archives. For reasons unknown. We're going to keep building Disruptors. Archons are overrated. Yeah, sure, you can build DT Archons, but why? Ain't nobody got the minerals for that. Colossi, Disruptors, Zealots, Sentries. Those are all the units. On the other side, Marines, Marauders, Medivacs, Ghosts, and Vikings, and they're all kind of just here right now. Well, actually, the EMPs were insane. The Vikings knock over a couple Colossi, but he throws out a fadeaway shot. Disruptor doesn't find a huge connection, but it zones out the entire Terran army way better than any of those force fields earlier. Oh, the pylon could be targeted. Indeed it is. No shield battery overcharge. And now he has to work all the way up to the high ground. The Stalkers are on the wrong side of history. Widowbots hit by Disruptors. Where are the Protoss units? Where are they? What is this? You have no units? Okay, a couple Disruptors, but like many Disruptors that actually get hits, they only hit when there's no other units left because the Terran army has given them the runaround. The Vikings hit the deck. EMPs land. Stalkers without shields getting obliterated by Marauders. Zealots show up to actually do something. The select all army hotkey, I can only assume, was used for this prism. Somehow this fight is still going. Cure is holding. He's still got plenty of medevacs. He has a slight upgrade advantage, but he doesn't have enough units. Because even though he does say he supports a medevacs for all policy, he started building Vikings, and now the Marines are sad. Another Disruptor shot comes in. Another one, looking for more. The medevacs mostly out of energy because of Cure's own EMP. But the supply gap tells most of the story. There's still Disruptors, which have turned tides before, but the general direction is still trending heavily towards Cure. Where are the Liberators? He's like, no. More medevacs, more bio units, because I haven't seen enough clips on Reddit of Disruptors changing the whole game. We need to nerf Disruptors, and I will be the one to do it, says Cure. I've seen some insane splits from Cure before, but I've also seen some less than insane splits. Possibly AFK, not even looking in this direction splits. Did he dodge the EMP? He did not. So Cure managed to fumble that enough that it didn't become a victory. He somehow managed to not kill this Nexus, which is very impressive. Like, we went into that scenario with how that fight started. It looked like almost guaranteed Cure be getting one of these bases, but somehow he carved himself the narrow window to not doing so. But at the same time, let's make no mistake. While Trap may have survived the battle, the war is very much in doubt. He's like, Winter, did you say something about High Templar? It's okay, okay. I'm gonna build Immortals, alright? You know why Immortals don't smoke weed? Because it's a gateway drug. And I don't want gateway units. And I would ask, what happened in the first 12 minutes? He's like, it's a new me. I only build Disruptors and Immortals. I only play Mech as Protoss. Get with the program. Meanwhile, Stalkers shutting down the left side attack. Cure has finished off the rest of the upgrades. Now he's getting ones Bronze League heroes would have gotten first. We've got high-sec auto-tracking. We've got building armor. We've got nukes. We've got ghost academies. We've got nukes. Did I mention nuke? Get excited. In case you missed that part, I glossed over it a little. Meanwhile, here comes Cure again. But Disruptor's still dangerous. That Disruptor, double kill on the zones. Otherwise, the units are getting... What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Trap has successfully managed to lose like 8 of his Disruptors and then the game. Okay, so I thought it was a narrow path for Cure not to win in that first fight, but Trap said, hold my soju. So that was an interesting game one. And by that I mean, are we sure this isn't ESL Open Cup NA? Got him. Because everyone knows well, TY kind of ruined this for everyone, but if you can't play, you cast. And if you can't cast, you cast NA. And TY's like, I'm going to cast GSL, but unfortunately, you're going to have to find someone else because I'm busy winning the entire damn tournament. But here are players who did not. And honestly, though, Cure, I got to compliment Cure because he was able to beat Innovation because Innovation like was on an LSD trip or something and decided he was actually going to innovate, and that was definitely a mistake. In that series. But Cure went to the finals, faced against TY, and really gave TY the opportunity to show how much smarter he was than both Cure and everyone else. With a resounding 4-0 victory, including multiple meticulous and beautifully executed comebacks, Cure really was the perfect punching bag for TY. But so far, he's punching back at Trap, who kind of made it a little easy there. I gotta say, like, you have like 12 disruptors. Okay, they're like the Dragon Balls. I don't know anything about Dragon Balls, but I know you have the Dragon Balls, and you don't want to like have a bunch of Marines shoot your Dragon Balls and make them explode. I don't think that was an important... Like, I think that would be bad. So, like, you need at least, like, a couple of the Dragon Balls. Otherwise, bad. That is my understanding. I think, like, tell me I'm wrong. The Reaper still hunting, finding, killing, murder! Leave a comment. Tell me all about Dragon Ball lore and why you spent time watching that instead of playing Ladder. And I gotta say, my favorite Dragon Ball movie was Dragon Ball Evolution. I remember watching that, I think, on a plane. I also don't know if any other Dragon Ball movies exist, but my favorite I watched was Evolution. So, I mean, tell me I'm wrong. I have watched no other Dragon Ball movies, so... Maybe Transformers was a Dragon Ball movie? It's unclear. I'm just going to use this opportunity to recommend TY's mech against Protoss guide, because it looks like Cure is definitely not going mech. Where TY, one of his big recommendations on going mech against Protoss is to watch the Transformer movies a lot. Like, more than any other movie. And that's how you learn how to do it, because mech is essentially just a bunch of Transformers. So it's very important you watch those movies. Also, he gives some other tips, but that's kind of the gist of it. Cure, what? What? No, don't let them in. What? What? They're not here to play, like, they're not here on a diplomatic mission. What is this? You don't, what? Why? Like, he was microing his Reaper and let a bunch of it, I guess he can kill him with the Cyclone? Was it? What am I watching? Was that better? You know what? He sacrificed his Marines to kill the Adepts. I'd trust him to bring the Pokeball to Mordor and catch Sauron. So that way, Luke Skywalker could finally be captain of the Enterprise. What do you think? And he could shoot his Dragon Ball torpedoes at Trap, because Trap is a little embarrassing so far this series. What am I watching? Trap. Oh my god.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
Blink Stalkers. Bio units. Warp Prism. Production tab. Cure. Why are there 4 Stalkers in a Prism? You know you could just blink those into the base. He doesn't care. Trap doesn't care. I guess this is the way to get to the mineral line. This is long-range Warp Prism Micro. For pro gamers, this is advanced Prism Micro. Or he just doesn't... Like, why did you get Blink? I guess Blink is good to have. So Cure picks up and then flies directly past an observer that... Like, Cure, come on. You know he saw that, right? Like, how do you not see the observer? It's cloaked. No. Like, an observer moving like that is super... Like, for a professional Terra player, it should be super obvious. I can't... Like, he's just going. Where are you going? Do you think... Like... Why? It's not. Why? Why? Like, I guess he baited it, but he didn't have another army. It almost like, I don't know why Trap was standing so close to the edge there, so that way it could be spotted. This game is already off to a start. And charge is depowered by the pilot at the edge of the main. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, Trap? Are you kidding me right now? Ah! Ah!
Oh, it's so fucking stupid. It hurts so
He
much.
brought his whole army. Like, what do you think? You even he had an observer. He was obviously baiting. Like, he had an observer. See the second Trap. You see, he's hustling him. He's gonna lose the first 2 games looking like a diamond player. And then he's gonna crush him in the next 3. That's how it's gonna go. Alright? Well, yeah, it's all part of the plan. Oh, what a save. Yeah, sure, what a save. Okay, yeah. Just loses a Colossus. Where's your 3rd? Oh, there it is. Alright. I'm gonna build some more gateways in front. Oh my god, is that a Templar Archives? Wow. Who's playing now? I thought he wasn't allowed to build those after the accident. The accident was he actually won in PvT. I'm sorry, guys. I feel like I'm going a little far. I'm kind of zoning out. But honestly, they're playing kind of bad. Like, I like to think of myself as an honest commentator. I can honestly be distracted easily. Honestly, if the players aren't playing great, I'm not going to pretend like they are. But also, I might get a little carried away. I might... get tunnel vision. Don't you dare pull the boys. Don't you do it. Why would you cancel the gas? Like, I have a bunch of gas now, but like... Okay, whatever. God damn it! God damn it! No! Ah! Oh, he's pulling the boys! Storm's like... No, why? You don't need to risk it. Why would you risk it? It's just a force field. Like, half the boys showing up like, I thought you guys said 10-15. Where are you guys? Oh, that was Eternal Empire time. Well, here comes the massive flank, but Storm is done, by the way. Which is a total disaster. Is it, though? I have no idea. That's a lot of bio, actually. Well, the storms were definitely an important part. Where's the battery overcharge? Does he have no... I don't know. He may have already... No, he didn't use it. Imagine if he did. Use your overcharge. Overcharge your battery. Oh, my God. He didn't... Somehow didn't have the energy. I can't believe this is working. 35 SCVs die. But all he needs to do is hold barely. The medevacs are out of energy. So Cure pulled the boys, and he weathered the storm. And he's still going. Is it enough? He goes for the shield batteries. This is an awkward positioning now that he built his pylon that has half his gateway production. No, actually he has 11 gates. He's targeting down Archons. All Trap has to do is whittle this down. Down goes 2 more medevacs. It looks like Trap is held. That was a lot closer than I thought it was going to be. Probably because he didn't have energy for shield battery overcharge to start the fight. Like, I don't think that would have hurt. What a weird... Again, another fight that, like, I guess Cure with a great execution. He came in with the boys surround. He sees the memes of production. He brought the SCVs to the front, and he said, you boys go first. And they said, that's not in my contract. And Cure said, well... What contract? And then he ate it. Washed it down with some soju, and the SCVs just looked at him. Anyways, the mules were dropped. 5 zealots come in and ruin everything. Okay. Yeah, I don't think Cure needed to do that, is the thing. He might have felt more behind than he was. Because he didn't really do much damage. But Trap was kind of flailing when it comes to his tech. For a while. And his upgrades aren't... Like, Cure's gonna try to pull out of the... Where's my graphs? Why don't I have any graphs? I think that only works for a live game. There's the income graph. So, what are you doing? Are you fucking insane? I'm sorry. So here, Jimmy, I guess Trap wins this one. So here's the income graph. Here's Trap. I guess there were some little divots. Okay. And then here's Cure. And then, oh, it's off the screen! Go to the next slide! Like... I think this might be partially both players respecting each other too much. Like, not too much, but like more than they deserve right now. What'll happen is sometimes, we've seen this before, is like, both players are expecting their opponent to play perfect, or near perfect. Which leaves you in kind of a weird scenario when they don't. And both these games have kind of been neither player playing perfect, so... They're preparing for the slightly wrong thing. It sounds dumb. It is kind of dumb. But, I think that was most obviously manifested in Cure being like, you know what? I can't play out a macro game. He's already got 3 bases in Colossi. No, ain't gonna happen. We gotta pull the boys. The thing is, we know from our perspective as observers, and I'm not talking about out of a robo, I'm talking about here leaving comments thinking we know better. That Trap barely had a better economy. Like, he barely had more workers. His upgrades weren't great. His production was late. He didn't have a fourth. Like, no, like all those things. Here could have done what he did in game 1. Could have built Vikings, Ghosts. He could have prayed that Trap lost all his important units for no reason. And there we go, match point. But he pulled the boys in 2020, which is, and he did it, like, indecisively, because he was building the gases at his third. That's what triggered my brain. I'm like, is there any reason you cancel the gases besides pulling the boys? And I came up with very little. The only other reason would be like, well, I guess he has 500, so he thinks he doesn't need more, but that would be dumb. I don't think Cure is one of those players who can just whip an SCV pull out of his back pocket and play it like it's his trap card, especially against his opponent right now. So, even despite how kind of YOLO it felt, it did well. I think because Trap panicked. He saw the boys coming and he started freaking out. Without Storm, he was 100% dead. I will give Cure that. I will. The storms were the only thing between him and death. And they barely were enough. But maybe if you weren't just randomly losing Colossi to nothing. A Stargate? Well, we haven't gotten our weekly Stargate achievement yet. Play one game while opening Stargate first. It seems to be... Well... Play one game in a best of 5 while opening Stargate, and then either it looks amazing, or he loses an Oracle to a Widowmine, and it dies horribly. The days of, like, hide and seek and murder with Widowmines are mostly over. Like, there was like, a year where the meta of Widowmines, and it was like a treasure hunt, but if you found the treasure... your reward was being fucking dead. Because Terran players were just hiding their Widowmines, like, out here, in random places, at the corner of the map. Like, not just the usual, like, I'm gonna hide it behind the dish of an orbital. You'll never see it there. No. Like, just out. 4 years later, like, the Widowmine's child, the Oracle's child comes out, and it's like, hey, Daddy, remember when you fought in the war? He's like, come on, my son, I will show you. And then the son flies over a Widowmine that's still there. It's a terrible issue, okay? It's tragic. Meanwhile, Reaper Hellion. It's just a Reaper and a Hellion, like... And then the Oracle just chills. I had an out-of-body experience with that last sentence. Did I just say an Oracle just chills? I heard someone else say that. But I couldn't have said something so dumb, right? It wasn't me who said that. It must have been another. Anyways, come on, my son. We will explore the Terran base together. Or I'm sure there are no... Honestly, I don't know if there are any mines. There are mines somewhere. I think they're in the medevac over here. The Oracles took a look around, but were far too scared. The Robo indirectly... Are we really gonna go Colossus Phoenix like it's 2012? Trap breaking out every strategy that people don't use anymore because it's easily countered. But I guess, yeah, we'll go back a few more years with this one. He's building Phoenix. Like, he's still building Phoenixes. I don't know. Did Cure notice? Well, he notices now if he didn't notice before. And I'm pretty sure he saw the Robo Bay, so I don't know why I'm pretending like he did. Cure knows. Let's dispel with the rumor that Cure does not know. Cure knows that this is going to be straight out of like a Chinese Protoss manuscript from 2011. Maybe 2012. In 2011, we were still using Void Rays because nobody knew how to micro at all. By 2012, you had to get a little more advanced. Okay, so honestly, I don't know. Like, do you just go bio? There are a few schools of thought. One is just straight up Vikings. You just build a bunch of Vikings, and you either target fire the Colossi or just fight everything straight up with bio. Trap is like, what if I just, you know how the when you said Colossus Phoenix, what you meant was one Phoenix, right? Ah, good. So there we see another quick reason why a lot of players don't like the Phoenixes very much anymore. Well, so he just kind of gave up on that idea. He has one Phoenix now and is not building anymore. So, never mind. Oh, but going into the main, he's got a cannon, he's got a battery. That little outpost isn't going to be enough. Shield battery overcharge. But he just kind of... Wait, he's not targeting the battery! You have one job to target the goddamn battery! Take it right out of his Game Boy! Oh my god! All you have... Ah! Like, it's right, it has 300 total HP. It has not... Why does nobody target the battery? I don't... That's the... Like... Oh my god, shield battery overcharge. He even targeted it a little bit to start, and then he stopped. He killed 4 probes. He could have killed the battery in 1 more second, maybe 2, and then killed everything. But no. Every time I see like, well, it looks like battery overcharge is pretty strong. It's like, but the battery isn't! That is an important point. That's an exact scenario that I look at and I'm like, no. Battery overcharge is not strong. Micro is. Winter, don't you say macro greater than micro? These guys have as much more MMR than me, probably like 7,000. Now I'm at 5,000. Than I do than you if you actually played. 3,000 gold on a good day. I don't actually know what that is. Why would I? I think it's gold. So, micro does matter. But we'll see if I'm proven wrong by the end of this. Trap, on the other hand. Like, Trap, what do you... Trap? Disruptors. Storm? Psh. I had a traumatic experience as a child. Okay. I went Storm last game, and it was... Sure. But, like, as a matter of principle, instead of getting Storm, I would rather... lose. Now, the reason is that you need both is because the counters, like having a mix increases the likelihood you'll be able to land something. Like, disruptors can be countered directly by things like liberators and just splitting your bio. Storms kind of fill in the gaps, and also High Templar cost gas but not very many minerals, so they're easy to get. In case you're wondering, like, why... Storm's not just good. It fills in the gaps in your army and uses the resources that maybe you don't need as much of for the other things usually. But here comes Cure. He's going to be working both angles. 3 Colossi say absolutely not. 2 Disruptors cheer him on. Now, Cure, what's the plan? What's the plan? Don't you go 3 more barracks and be like, no, I'm a microwave way out of this situation. You know, at this point, I'm not confident Cure could micro his way out of a wet paper bag if it was being battery overcharged. Okay, with that stipulation, asterisk. It's like, how wet is the bag? Exceedingly moist, even. a Dark Shrine. More units that, like, if you want glass cannons, why not build actual cannons? I'm ready to be proven wrong. So far in this series, my passive-aggressive or regular-aggressive commentary has not been proven very wrong. You've seen it with your own eyes as observers, better than traps, apparently. But, okay, a half-orphan, a nice bite-sized group of zealots are bit off by Cure. That was a pretty expensive... Or they kill... I think it killed a ghost and 2 SCVs, which is not nothing. Meanwhile, this army just kind of saunters by. Ice and Chrome, the map we're on here. Sick name, by the way. I mean, because it has ice. But don't forget, Chrome. Wait, where is the Chrome? There's Chrome somewhere. It's Chrome-like. It's a general Chrome feel. Anyways. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, the path thing is a little awkward. The actual quickest way to your opponent's base is not through the center, especially if the rocks aren't taken down, but along the side. So you've got kind of like a League of Legends style top, middle, and bot lane here, where depending on how well these players micro will give you an equal amount of cancer. He just drops the EMP on the battery, hitting the Nexus, and then he just targets the Nexus. And down goes the Nexus. Here comes Trap with most of his army. Most of the units will get out. And on the other side, this isn't going to go as well. The Disruptors strongly disagree with the Marauders' actions. And the Marauders are at least temporarily rebuffed. Okay, we've seen this before. He has 9 Disruptors right now. 9. 9 Disruptors to rule them all. How many can he lose before firing a shot? Please, guys. Please, make me look like an asshole with this commentary. Please show me why I'm being such a dick. Instead of microing like one. I'm ready. What? He's just going nukes! Okay. EMP... Drag some units, spots most of them. There are Disruptors to spare. He's got everything spread out. Nukes could do something. Like, are we actually seeing nukes here? Oh my god, the ghosts are cloaked. He EMP'd. Please build all the ghost academies in one spot so I can do the sick observing thing, by the way. Meanwhile, most of the Protoss moving in. A ghost. Waiting for its moment. It's queued up. Wait, where are you going? What? Optimism. Alright. Disruptor just slams directly into the forehead. Another one! A huge chunky chunk! And that one he slides right into. What a guy. Cure, making sure we get the clips here. But wait. There's nukes. Do it. Do the nuke. What? Oh, where are you? Okay. Yeah. I don't know why I made the noise. It makes a noise. What? How do you not say? Ah! Trap runs away. Oh wait, calculated. All right, he knew. Meanwhile, the probes just kind of go back to mining. The ghost still chilling in the main. Permanent resident. Kill the Ursadak. The Ursadon. No witnesses. Trap is... I mean, the Disruptors have done more damage than the nuke so far, but there's only been 1 nuke. Okay, like... Yeah, real professional casters use camera locations. This is like they're... Mapu's watching this cast for some reason and being like, are you kidding me, Winter? Oh my god, stop bragging for things we were doing 6 years ago. Oh, he just killed the ghost. Well, off into the wild blue yonder. Meanwhile, this is happening. Oh my god, kills a zealot. Another nuke. Another nuke, he keeps going. He's hoping to land something. He's doing well enough so far. Oh, this is a masterful bait. He sees the dot, the disruptor shot. The nuke lands. And now, They have fought the Ursidon, the only casualty. Oh no, press F to pay respects. Meanwhile, this base is just dead. Trap, where are your units? Where is he? EMPs, you can't recall an Axis that got EMP'd. What? Trap is just losing everything. He lost 2 bases. He's being gutted. This Terran army could dive into the main. He doesn't have that much here. There are a couple disruptors. DT's in the mix. He will kill this, but doesn't even matter. Another nuke. Trap just kind of lost 2 bases and a bunch of probes. Sure, he kills the army, but Cure will easily rebuild. Trap. Oh my god. That actually doesn't, like, the radius is surprising. Tactical nuke, okay? He didn't get a big enough kill streak for a bigger one. Well, that ghost is very dead. Meanwhile, the rest of the army moves in. The ghosts, very sneaky. Is there an... Oh, and he EMPs to stop recall. That's actually an incredible move. Trap is saying, well, I've had enough. He decides for the base trade, which is probably his best chance at this stage. Oh, come on, man. Why? Why do you build these units if you're not going to use them? A small group. The EMPs to stop recall is actually the biggest brain move we've seen so far. Whips a few disruptors out to the high ground. Another, he's nuking his own base. Scorched Earth! He tries to, oh my god, the disrupt, he used so many disruptors on buildings. Oh my god, will it connect? The nuke! The nuke! Ah! A storybook nuclear missile! It actually worked this time! And Cure! He makes it happen, Cure! Well, the details might have been a little fuzzy. The broad strokes and plays were there. You're landing nuclear missiles, the ghosts, the special operatives. Doing more than enough. Like the ghost play, the EMPs to stop shield batteries and recall. Besides that first shield battery, I'm still mad about that. By the way, you're not getting off the hook for that, Cure. But overall, the ghosts to stop shield batteries and recall. Okay. Well, we're on match point, which, as you know, means we gotta quickly run all the advertisements we have because we're running out of time to do it. So, if you guys can pause ad block, I will. I'll be right back. Alright everyone, welcome back. I'm Winter, and I'm here to talk to you about the ESL Pro Tour. The ESL Pro Tour, your source for professional StarCraft for not 1, not 2, but 3 years into 2022. Now, unlike with the WCS being renewed every year, you now have no real excuse because besides I'm old and my hands hurt, I have children, I'd rather just watch you cast or watch players play. No excuse not to become a professional player, or at least complete every single week in the ESL Pro Tour Open Cups, both in the Americas region, Europe, and Asia, which is really Korea, Taiwan, but still, Asia. You can compete in the ESL Pro Tour. Monday, check it out. play.eslgaming.com. I think that's the link. I'm sure there will be a link in the description, which you can unlock by liking, subscribing, ringing the bell, maybe leaving a positive comment that nobody cares about or something controversial that gets you attention. Who knows? Make your decision. I'm sure it'll be the right one. What was that? I have no idea what that was. Anyways, but check out ESL Pro Tour. Oh yeah, and do you have Amazon Prime? Do you like not going outside? There's a lot of overlap there. Subscribe with Twitch Prime, even if you don't watch Twitch, because then I get money. Thank you. Good night. Thank you guys for sticking around. Gotta make sure we support esports in this tough time of Protoss players. almost winning sometimes. It needs to stop. Jimmy! Game 4. What else do you want from me? Am I supposed to say? Okay. We're on Death Aura, home of the Wla. Accelerator zones, acceleration zones? Who cares? They're like, they instead of slowing you down, they speed you up and they zigzag throughout the center of the map, which is the direct attack path until you take down the rocks at the side. Fun fact. We'll see if the Wlas become an important factor. As you see that probe, not so fast, but with the power of Wla, faster. Wow. Wlas. Buy one today. The probe. The SCV. The probe. The SCV. The other SCV. A love triangle. The SCV. The depot somehow gets involved. Supporting cast. But the flank is coming in. The probe on the run now. Unwanted advances. Coming back in. Looking for more. Oh, the micro trying to block a command center. Now Cure could just build the command center anywhere. He can just fly it over. But the probe on the run. So annoying. Will we see Stargate again? Honestly, I thought the Stargate wasn't a terrible idea. But then he lost 2 Phoenixes to Marines and gave up, and kind of explained why we don't see Stargate more often. And show me a Twilight, baby. 3, 2, 1. No, not over there. Over here. Over. Yep. Yeah, there you go. Now, why would you put it over there? Don't be foolish. Back to basics. Factory intentionally hidden from the wall, so that way the Adept Shade, which when the Adept Shade is thrown, because fun fact, the Shade actually for those who don't know, they call it throwing shade. But because of the shade, it's hard for the units to adapt to the situation. Because they didn't turn up the gamma. They didn't get one of those monitors that they have in what's going on over here? They didn't get one of those monitors they have in GSL that turns the brightness up. Because that's what gaming monitors do. So they can't actually see very far past the wall. That's the real issue. So they should buy whatever monitor company is sponsoring GSL. And also, hey guys, like I'm looking for a new monitor. I mean, I've got a dark, not very bright gaming monitor now, but I'm sure you, monitor company, could change that. I'm excited to try it out. I'd like to see the light, if you would. Blank on the way. Has anything important happened? Okay, a couple of Adepts traded for Marines and well, the Reaper on the other side as well. Oh, is he just gonna drop this? There's a few Stalkers. Warp Gate is done, but only the 2 of the gates. Well, okay. Make a decision. The Marine's coming in the front. This is the most obvious bait and switch. But he's still just going to drop on the mineral line. Okay, Cure. He's lining them up. Okay. 3 probes. 5. Oh my god. Oh, I didn't even realize. Oh, how did I miss this? Oh, he saved the pro. Oh, I'm sorry. I never do this, but I need to go back. I need to like, I'm so used to trap bungling it. But, I need to see. Okay. He comes in. The drop comes in. The warp prism. Oh, it saves the first group of probes. And then he stutter steps them out. He loses a couple. Brings them back. He's actually picking up the probes that are about to be hit. Minimizing losses. Kind of weirdly dropping them. And then snipes the medevac. Oh, there you go. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Trap. I was a little disillusioned with last game. But I'm back. I'm back. I'm ready. Let's see some more of that. It wasn't perfect, but using all the tools at his disposal. Nope. Disposal. Well, I didn't say I had all the words, just the best ones. That still leaves him at a worker deficit, though. He has lost 8 workers to 0, which is not ideal, but he does have a lot of blank stalkers. How many gates? We're looking at 4 gates. This is a more parting style, I'm going to come up and kill you kind of style of blank stalkers. Parting somehow does so well. The stalkers just blink. Going for the SCVs. Most of the units were in the main. The adept kind of shaded to see that. He's fighting directly on top of the bunker. He's killed 8 SCVs now, and the one adept, the real hero here. Unsung. They don't have many songs with the Protoss. They can't sing. They don't have mouths. But the adept racking up 5 kills. I'm not sure if all of those were at the same time. Oh, I think he's got it. He got the bunker, and now the real work begins. There's no tank. He's, for some reason, building a reactor here. There's no tank on the way. He's going to have to brawl it out with Blink Stalkers. One of the most cost-effective units in the game, especially at this stage. The boys have to be pulled. Suddenly, that worker deficit Trap was suffering from has been turned all the way around. And Cure is at 45 to 36 workers. Does he have a 3rd command center? No. Does he have stim? No. Does he have +1? No. They're very close to finishing, but he's losing a whole lot of units. The secondary bunker not targeted down. He's lost a few more SCVs. I don't know what. There's 4 zealots in the warp prism because zealots can't blink yet. He drops them out. A beautiful move. A lot of those stalkers badly bruised. Got to be a little careful. The zealots providing the buffer. He's got the ghetto blink prism. Only marauders surviving for the most part, which means the marines not able to gun it down in a timely manner. The observer sees everything. The medevacs are out of energy. Combat shield's not yet done, which means marines are extra vulnerable. Trap is expanding behind this. Cure will hold. But at what price? Meanwhile, 4 stalkers in the main. Ghetto blank back into the prism. Hanging out in the dust. Oh my god, they look so... Looking like one of those, like a dog with legs that are far too short. Or just like a penguin sped up. The stalkers and the WS, they're not designed for that. The observer, gonna see where the bile's going. Meanwhile, the prism heading towards the main. A Viking patrolling a scan. I think he spotted that. That was a second observer, right? But guess what? The 4-stalker hit squad is back. And they will slowly chip away at all of your units. I mean, Stalker's not well known for their intense DPS and small numbers. Okay, well, Cure is feeling very pressured here. Feels like he's got to do something. And this time, I think I agree with him. Like, we just got to go. Oh, he catches the edge of it. The Stalkers are in position. He can't chase. There's barely a Stalker of HP between all these. But Colossi show up to the party. He blinks down. Everything comes together. The Warp Prism is on the other side. It has Stalkers in it. A Viking on the chase. A little bit of a sideshow here. blinks out of the Widowmine hit. Is there an armory done? There is not, so it is not still cloaked. I don't know what happened to the Viking. Was the Viking killed? No, the Viking pulled back. Meanwhile, a whole bunch more gateways. The stalkers are dropped off at home. Like, oh, thank you for leaving me in the driveway. Getting that preferential treatment. Take a quick shower. Come back out, join the army. Put on their one little cloth over their face for some reason they have. But why? Because everybody looks cooler with a bandana. Cure holding back. I don't like. What is Cure supposed to do? He did take a lot of economic damage, and he wasn't able to deal anything back. He decided not to pull the boys. Where you going, Prism? He doesn't have that much tech. A Templar Archives. 100% of games that Trap has built a Templar Archives. Trap has won those games. Wait, once again. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that looks right this time. Thank you. Taking a fourth. Like, Cure... Essentially what has to happen is Cure continually threatens Trap and then wins a fight. Because Trap just... He's getting some good cardio in those WLs. He's working on his +2. He's only got one upgrade at a time, so probably could pump those numbers up a little. Adding, just gonna go for Archons. Who doesn't love Archons? Mostly Zergs and Terrans. And Trap most of the time, to be honest. The WLs. Zealots and WLs almost too fast. A flank is readying up. He scans for observers. The Zealots, he's caught the edge of it. He's just gonna go. He's just gonna go. Directly up a ramp. Are there any ghosts? No EMPs yet. The upgrades aren't there. It's 1-1 versus +1. A bit of an awkward angle, but the Colossi getting some big swipes off. The boys have to be pulled. The Colossi continue to stand. Guardian Shield and Archons and Colossi. The splash damage. A variety pack tsunami of splash damage right now. As he just drops the Vikings, but it's far too late. Cure has lost 26 SCVs, and it's not going to end there. He's on top of everything. It's just that the multiple splash damage. The Vikings not in position. Cure has to... He has to tap it out. There's just not enough units. There wasn't any potential. Maybe could have gone back. But brings us to a dramatic and exciting... Well, I'm just starting with that. But to a game 5. Honestly, back and forth. He didn't go Storm this time. Just jumping right into it, I guess. Okay. He didn't go Storm, but he did. You got it. You'll get there. He did build it. Yes, Archons. Okay. So, plenty enough. Cure making the big mistake of building all his buildings in his base so far. Not sending a single SCV out. Probe scout, nothing too wild so far. Like, the probe doesn't have eyes, but how does it look so mischievous? Also, look at me assuming features and buy, like, any sort of tools or whatever. Why do you need eyes to be mischievous? That shows my bias as a biologic. Jeez. How dare I? Maybe this is why probes annoy me so much. I feel like we've done... Oh, almost gets the trap on him. But Trap will not be trapped, for he is Trap. And therefore cannot be. which, you know, follow along. Read a book. The SCV scouts across. Sees that's all he wanted. Alright, my work here is done. I saw the Nexus. I am not sticking around to find out what happens next. No intellectual curiosity on that SCV. And now Trap will show us in 3, 2, 1. Why not further back? Why would you build it closer to the edge so it could be seen? I guess maybe it was out of pylon range. It's a Twilight Council! Oh my god! Oh, how could he? So crazy! Could it be? Could it be? Blink Stalkers? I don't know. On this map where you can blink in most of the edge of the main? It is! Blink Stalkers! We'll have to see. Cure, not going for the quick 3cc. He's opting for just the straight up 1-1-1. He's going to be actively scouting. He's going to have a Hellion. This Hellion usually used for scouting as well, which means he might have a chance to be able to counter the Blink Stalkers. Well, goodbye, Reaper. One, two, 3 gates, 4 gate Robo Blink Stalker. Much different than the 4-gate Robo Adept Glaives PVZ build that's been, or as it's known by me, pretty much only by me, but by me, the Slim Shady build that Zest seems to just do no matter what is happening in the game, because that's his build, and he don't take no guff. So, I don't know how to follow that up. I don't know what's appropriate after saying something like that. I feel like I need to spit on the ground, but it's carpeted, so probably shouldn't. We're not going to do that. Instead, we're going to see what he does with his Blink Stalkers. The Stalkers heading out. There's not much to defend against this. Okay, just kills 4 probes. Kind of mediocre micro. That probe. Like, no, please! Oh, okay. Wait, what? The Hellion? Oh my god. The Hellion 1 shot away from bringing disaster. But here they are. Blink Stalkers! Wait, what? There are no units. Well. So he has just a bunch of Blink Stalkers and cure... Well, is he dead? Unless this Widowmine somehow kills like 40 probes, which he doesn't even have. Wait, where are you going? No, come back. Come back in. No. Oh, God. Well, Trap once again like, whoa, 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 this game ain't over yet, Winter. Don't worry about me yet. Like, I'm going to lose every single Stalker before we're done here. But he didn't take any more damage. Okay, come on, come on. The water's fine. He blinks back in. The boys are pulled again. More SCVs will be lost. There's still a Widowmine desperately searching for an opportunity. And we'll find. How does this happen? How is this happening? I'll get a kill. He tried to get out again, which was super greedy. Really? It's like, I need everything. I need everything. But he loses the medevac instead. Well, one more round of Blink Stalkers. Winter, you're not Family Guy. No. I would never inflict a child on this world. because then they might have to deal with blank stalkers. The drop was waiting for its moment. That was actually pretty terrible, that round of stalkers. Like, oh, but this one wasn't. He's just doing a summoning circle right around the bunker. There is recall, which you should probably use sooner rather than later. I think there are just too many. Meanwhile, though, the drop comes out. It looks like workers will be slaughtered on either side. There's enough Terran here to keep things together. He's warping in stalkers, which is very kind of him. Oh, here, yeah. You want some more probes? Here you go! Here you go! We gotta make it fair! Like, I'm being a gentleman! Here you go, 20 probes! Are you kidding me? Trying to go full Hero Marine over there? And suddenly Trap, like, he has 30 workers, but, like, recall! Ah! Come on! They can't help it. They can't help it. They're just trying to be fair, okay? Because everybody knows it's not very fair to go for blink stalkers. But Cure, well, this is just kind of getting a little sad. It's 38 to 19. The thing is, Cure has the army that could maybe walk across and win if Trap wasn't warping in DTs right now. But I think Cure just saw it. Does he GG before after the first hit? And like when that's like committing to scanning a DT in the main and then having it pick up into a prism like that is like committing to pulling off a hangnail, doing it, and it didn't solve it, and it's worse. It didn't solve it. It's worse. That's what that is. So I'm surprised here didn't GG already. Yeah. In case it didn't feel bad enough for Cure. Oh, now I'm uncomfortable, but Trap, despite his best efforts, will come out on top with a 3-2 victory in that experience in this ESL Pro Tour match. Oh, getting all messy. Down and dirty. Everybody getting their workers involved. No unit was too low tech, or too low tech to lose, or too high tech to also lose in a similar fashion. The boys were pulled, the disruptors were burst, like popped. They kind of popped, that's the animation. But make sure every week, check out ESL Pro Tour. Be like, well, get all the way to the end, and then leave the comment, and like that first person who made this comment. Thanks, ESL Pro Tour, for putting out these replays so Loco and Winter have content, because they don't want to be awake at the times the actual tournament is. Though I will be when I'm fighting. I'm just Diamond now, or in my head, or in Twitch chat. But, yes, write this all out. You can do it. Read more. Also that. The whole thing. Quotes. But I will be playing in these ESL Pro Tours when I have the opportunity on Monday in my region. So that way Big Gabe at least has to run me over to pick up another trophy. Metaphorically. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe. Yeah, we're still typing. Ring the bell. Good luck, have fun. And I'll see you next week.